Hello again to all of you. Today, there has been a truly remarkable development on the Hyperliquid side. Especially Hyperliquid Strategies, a company closely followed by Hypecoin investors, has released its new financial report, and the announced figures have made quite a splash in the market. Now, when we look at it, we can see that hype is accumulating, friends. According to the data released, the company currently holds about 20 million hype tokens, and the total value of these tokens has reached hundreds of millions of dollars. It was also announced that the company's total assets amount to approximately $809 million. In my opinion, the important detail here is this. On the institutional side, trust in Hyperliquid may now be increasing very significantly because the company is not just holding tokens, it is also staking, setting up validators, and making direct investments in the Hyperliquid ecosystem. So this isn't just a story of we bought some coins and are waiting, friends. They're directly betting on the growth of the ecosystem. In particular, the statements made by the company's CEO are also very noteworthy. They say that they believe Hyperliquid could become the center of the financial world in the future. In fact, they stated that they expect growth in areas such as prediction markets, options, and bringing real world assets onto the blockchain. Another important point is this the trading volume on Hyperliquid Friends. According to the data shared by the company, the Hype coin is currently generating billions of dollars in daily trading volume, and it is said that the annual fee revenue has exceeded $900 million. This is truly an incredible figure because it has now reached a level where it can compete with many major centralized exchanges. Additionally, the rise in the price of Hype has been directly reflected in the company's latest balance sheet. It was announced that thanks to the increase in value of Hype tokens in just the last quarter, they recorded approximately $198 million in unrealized gains. That's why the company officially announced a net profit of approximately $152 million in the last quarter. And I think the real detail that excites the market could be this. The company says it still holds over $100 million in cash. So, in the future, it may be possible for Hype to make additional Hype purchases. This has started to attract the attention of investors, friends. Right now, a lot of people are talking about this. Could Hyperliquid experience the next big Solana style surge? Especially in the decentralized perpetual market space, Hyperliquid is growing incredibly fast. If this growth continues, we could see much bigger price movements for the Hype coin in the upcoming period. But of course, friends, we shouldn't forget about the risk factor here. The crypto market is extremely volatile, and just as we see big surges like this, we can also witness sharp declines. That's why it's important for everyone to do their own research. Currently, the Hype coin is trading at around $41.94, friends, and frankly, it's positioned at a very critical level in the market. Because in recent days, institutional news and the growing interest in the Hyperliquid ecosystem have pushed the price up significantly. But right at this point, we are facing important resistance zones. In particular, we can say that the $42 level is currently acting as a psychological resistance. If Hype manages to break through here with strong volume, FOMO could start again in the market, friends, because many investors have started talking about the possibility of a new all-time high. When we look to the downside, the 39.50 to $40 region is quite important. Right now, the bulls are trying to defend this area. If this support holds, the likelihood of the upward movement continuing may increase. On the technical side, momentum still looks positive, but seeing some profit taking in the short term would be quite normal because hype has risen very aggressively recently, and sometimes the market needs to take a breather. In the coming days, especially Bitcoin's movement, Hyperliquid's trading volume, news of institutional buying, and ETF rumors could have a major impact on the price. If there is sustained movement above $42, targets of $45 and $50 may start to be discussed. However, in the event of a possible pullback, losing the $40 support is considered quite significant in the short term. Right now, we can say that the market is entirely trying to price in growth on the hype side. In particular, the growth they have shown in the decentralized perpetual market space continues to attract the attention of investors. That's all for today's analysis, friends. What I have explained is definitely not investment advice. Take good care of yourselves. See you in the next news updates.